Hi guys, welcome to
Blended Roots.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we thought that we would talk to you guys about our very first Pratt family vacation, because at the time you were still a Pratt.
And I'm technically still a Pratt.
Technically still, but you weren't married.
Correct.
At the time. So our first family vacation, I didn't even look at what year it was. Was it like 2014? No, Bryson was a little older, right? So 2015 maybe?
Maybe.
16?
He was little.
He was little, maybe 2 or 3. But we graced Gatlinburg, Tennessee,
yes,
with the Pratt family. And I mean, I guess we kind of talked about doing a trip together at one point, but never really actually really did it until...
Yeah, but the year before, I had taken the kids, just me, Kaylin, and Rhiannon.
Yeah.
That was... There was a Bryson, but Bryson was tiny. And there's no way I would have asked to have taken him on a vacation like that.
Not without...
right, without Kim and Randy. And I think Kaylin and Rhiannon had kind of felt like, he was getting all the attention, which a new baby does. It's just
inevitable.
How it is. But that is actually one of my kids' favorite trips, to this day. Probably because a parrot got stuck in my hair.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to find that picture.
I don't know where it is, but took our kids to Parrot. It took my kid, just my 2 at the time, to Parrot Mountain. And I had my hair in peacock colors, and it attached itself, and they were it just thinks that you're its mate, and they had to literally get the claws out. I did get that picture for free. That guy felt really bad about it, and I was like, it's okay.
If we can find it, we will definitely insert it, because it's a great picture, and it's great. So Parrot Mountain, you did a lot with them.
I did the stupidest thing.
It was definitely I'm going to spoil my kids.
I had gotten a very substantial bonus check. This is after so he had to have been 2. Almost 3, because I was working.
Yeah.
And the job I was
you were a debt collector, right?
Yeah, I was a student loan debt collector.
Favorite job still to this day?
Oh God, still I loved that job. That job was absolutely my favorite.
It really was perfect for you.
Was. But I'd gotten a substantial bonus check, and it was my second one, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I worked there for 3 years, so I made a lot of really good bonuses. But that was the first one that I was like, okay, I'm in a place where I can just take my kids. We can do whatever they want. Mommy's just not saying no. I wish I had.
No, you don't.
No. No.
It was 100% worth it.
It was, but I literally paid $250 for them to feed a white Siberian tiger steak.
Oh my gosh.
It was one piece of steak, one bite.
That tiger was fed well, because when we went back with our trip, he was a fat boy.
And I explained to our children, we are no longer doing that. We're not doing, that was the one trip where you got to go to Build-A-Bear. You got to go to the stupid candy thing and build a ridiculous amount of candy in a thing, and they, at $75 a pop, whatever.
Hot air balloon.
Yep.
God, it was whatever they wanted to do, they got to do it.
Yeah, I didn't say no, and I don't regret it. I made my own self car sick on that trip.
But again, worth it.
Yeah.
They loved it.
So they had talked about it so much that we were like, okay, let's do this. Let's us all go. Let's see how this...
Because Rhiannon wanted you to take Brycey back.
Yes.
He was begging to go back with Brycey.
Because we did mountain coasters, and he was convinced that Bryson needed to ride. That was whenever mountain coasters had just first started being introduced. They weren't a huge thing yet. And
Oh God, I love mountain coasters.
He just could not shut up about goats on a roof. So shout out to Goats on a Roof. We actually still, whenever we go to Gatlinburg now, we still go to Goats on a Roof.
Yep. Every time.
I did take my kids back and we did the Alpine coaster because it was 100% at that time. It was the only one that was lit up at night. And Kaylin got to go by herself. Rhiannon had to go with me. But they wanted to do the mountain coaster at night.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, and they loved it. And I would not.
But that's the one that goes kind of off the hillside, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
loved
cool
it
too.
So he wanted to take Bryson back because he really wanted him to ride Goats on a Roof, which, of course, Randy and Kim are like, I don't understand. I was like, it's a mountain coaster. So we went back. We found a cabin that we thought was in a good location. It was the first time ever that we had all stayed at Cades Cove. We haven't stayed in Cades Cove since.
Yeah.
But
this was our first trip, all of us together, period.
Yeah.
I do know it was in April.
Yeah.
Because I was looking back for pictures. I do know it was April. Not positive on the year, but I know it was April.
We don't like the heat. We would much rather have like cold than heat. Mm-hmm. And it was their spring break. There was not much spring to it because they were in public school still at that time.
Yeah.
So we took them, and I found a place where the layout was something I was comfortable with, and that Kim and Randy would be comfortable with. Because we weren't close. We were at the point
working
on it.
Yeah, like we were willing to do it for the kids, but
yeah.
I mean, at one point,
but I didn't want to share a bathroom with them. That kind of thing. Like we just wanted to keep,
Yeah.
So
because even at one point you had posted like a picture of all of us at dinner, and you were like, "We had knives and no one was killed."
Yeah. None of us killed each other. Gatlinburg, we didn't burn it down.
No. But yeah, like Rhiannon stayed in the room with you.
Yes.
And then the opposite side of the house was me and Randy, and then Bryson was in a playpen. And then Kaylin got her own room all to herself right beside us. But we were opposite ends of the house. We had our own bathroom.
Which it really wasn't like,
it wasn't a big house.
It was not a big house at all.
No.
But the only bad thing that we didn't know at the time is that the hot tub was right outside of my room.
There was no other way to get to it.
It was, and the kids loved it, and we wish we could find the picture of them in the hot tub. They put floaties in the hot tub. Like, they were just having a blast.
They loved it. It was their mini swimming pool.
But Kim and Randy are like, hey, would you watch Bryson? Like, so we can go get in the hot tub. And I was like, yes, keep it PG, people, because it's like right outside my room. So,
well, at one point, I think we asked if you wanted to get in with us, and you're like, no.
Yeah, because she was like, they're like, oh, Kaylin can watch the bit. And I was like, I'm good. That's a level of weird. Now we wouldn't care. Now we've done it. Like now, yeah. Me and Kim will just sit in the hot tub and like just chill.
Yep.
With our hot tub wine, and we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually how our trip started out. I'll
never forget. It was so sad.
Oh, it was a tragic moment. So we had decided that even though it was a family vacation and vacation cost a lot of money, we wanted to keep costs down, and we wanted to give us time like together. So, and Randy wanted to take the kids hiking.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Bryson was not going to go hiking. So we stopped at Walmart on our way in. This is before they had like pickup. And Randy said, I'll stay with the kids in the van. I had a list of everything that we needed.
Yeah, we were going to just cook at the Airbnb.
Yeah, we just got steaks and that kind of thing. And we're like, throw it on the grill.
Was it Airbnb back then? Or was it, did we get it through like a cabin rental place?
I did it through, it was like Vrbo or something back then.
Yeah.
Like which Vrbo is still a thing.
Yeah, but
no, definitely wasn't Airbnb back then. If Airbnb was a thing, sorry, we didn't know you existed.
God, that makes me feel old.
We religiously use it now.
Yeah.
But we opened up the back of the van because we took Randy's van because it had like stow and go and like all the things where we could like, purchase things because we were still taking a lot, but like we could hide any of our goods.
And it had the DVD player.
Gatlinburg without a bunch of goods. But we went to Walmart, and I had stopped and bought a couple bottles of like our favorite wine.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And cheap.
Yes. And Randy opened up the back, and before me and Kim could tell him to not do that yet, one of the bottles of wine fell out on
Oh,
the
it
parking
just
lot
busted
at
It
Walmart.
Was so
And, like,
sad.
there was almost actual literal tears. And Kim didn't really drink back then, but she would do a couple wine coolers every now and then, which we don't really drink much now.
No.
But we do like our mommy juice. Electra, we love you. God,
it's delicious. Oh, so good.
Yeah. But that's how that started. And then I'd never cooked on a charcoal grill in my life.
Which honestly surprises me.
Yeah.
It surprises me that
I'd
you
always
never
done
cooked
gas.
on
Like,
charcoal.
I don't know. Mom and Dad just always had gas. It was just like the easy thing. So,
I mean, I guess if I think about it, it makes sense. But
yeah.
as much of a cooking connoisseur as you are,
Yeah.
it does surprise me that was your first attempt at charcoal.
Yeah, it was first. Not my last. Now, last weekend I bought a charcoal smoker. So, go us. It was on Marketplace and it was like $20, and it's a really nice one. I don't know. They just didn't like it.
Thanks, Salyers family.
So we grilled out, and Randy took the kids just hiking in the woods, and they found an abandoned house.
Yep.
And Kaylin actually still has it. It's actually hanging on her door.
Mm-hmm.
She came back with it. They found this abandoned house, and like Randy was like legitimately like no one lives there. Like,
yeah,
for sure. Like roof is caving in, that kind of thing. And there was this dragonfly.
I don't even know what it was actually supposed to be.
It looks like it was like one of those things that was on a pole and it like swirled with like the wind or something. I don't know. Kaylin loved it. So Randy rips it off the side of this house and they bring it home with them.
I don't know if that's considered stealing or not.
And Kaylin really thought that she was going to get in trouble because she stole something. Now she doesn't care because she still to this day has it.
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh, that's that first time I stole in my life."
Yeah, it was absolutely coming home with her. She was in love with it, and it's been with her ever since.
Yeah, and we did Hatfield McCoy.
Oh yeah,
that just seemed appropriate.
Bryson fell asleep.
Yes,
at Hatfield. Listen, that kid. He's definitely mine.
Yeah.
He can sleep. He fell asleep at Monster Trucks. He fell asleep at Hatfield McCoy. He fell asleep on his first ride on a horse at Kaylin's birthday party.
Tell them about Monster Jam. Just the moms.
Listen,
it was great.
This kid could sleep anywhere.
He can sleep anywhere.
Brandon got to go up on stage at Hatfield McCoy, and he loved it. He would never do anything like that nowadays.
And he did that whenever I had taken him to.
Yeah.
So I knew that he probably would, and he did. Now we'd have to bribe him.
Oh my god!
With lots of money or Snap-on.
Yeah,
either one.
Fishing poles, something.
Tools of some sort,
or
a new gun, whatever.
And then you were told us about Parrot Mountain.
Yes,
and we had to go obviously because the kids loved it so much the first time.
Yes.
And let me tell you, at first I was like, oh, it's just going to be like a cheesy little, little walkthrough thing. That place was cool. And the tickets were super cheap, if I remember right. And they had a Groupon.
Yes, they did. But it's called Parrot Mountain for a reason, people, for a reason. It to walk up it, it's like a straight up kind of thing. But the workers there are great. Mm-hmm. Whenever I went with just Rhiannon, he got scared in the inside bird enclosure, when you're feeding them. And one of the workers came up and she said, "If you'll let me just take him out to where I stand, in between the doors." And I was like, "That would be awesome." She was like, "You and your daughter are having a good time. You'll be able to see him." But they let us go in the animal their bird hospital, animal hospital, whatever.
Aviary hospital thing.
Which was so fun for the kids. But they loved it.
It was really cool.
Yeah. It wasn't as cheesy as Kim thought it was going to be. Because there's literally birds, just you'll see them. They're just on a pole.
Listen,
and they don't go anywhere.
I'm here for the cheese. Don't get me wrong. But it absolutely exceeded my expectations. Was that also the place where we did the little, you put the quarter in and you twist it and the little thing came out and it was
We did those so that is my favorite souvenir of all time is the squished pennies. Yeah. Number one, they don't take a lot of space. And number two, my kids can get 15 of them and it's the cheapest souvenir. Mm-hmm. We have criteria for souvenirs.
I don't know if
And-
you guys do, but
Yeah, but we do.
we got to set some rules.
Number one, there's a spending cap. Number two, you're not going to go to a zoo and get a dinosaur stuffed animal because you didn't see a dinosaur there.
Now, if we went to a dinosaur museum, that's absolutely acceptable.
Right.
But if we're at a zoo, you're going to get something that we saw at the zoo.
Yeah.
Randy used to take it even a little bit further. He
Yes.
required that it had like the name of the place that we went, or like the logo of the place that we went. Like that was a requirement
Yes.
for him.
Yeah.
But he's gotten a little more lax on that, but we do still like, no, you're not going to go into some place that we've been and buy a slingshot unless it's some like old time place where they hand carved it, you know, like
Rannon got one at Hatfield and McCoy because they had one. He got a
Yeah.
gun at Hatfield and McCoy
but it said
because they had,
Hatfield and
Yeah.
McCoy, like it was part of the show.
and that was the heaviest cap gun. It felt like it was metal and it was heavy, and it's probably still around.
he probably still has it somewhere.
But me and Randy decided that we were going to go moonshine tasting. Randy doesn't drink.
Listen, but I wanted
Yeah.
to, but my license had just
No, that was the next one.
Oh, was that the next
time.
trip? Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I wasn't wanting to do it.
No,
then.
you didn't. No, you were a prude still. You weren't
Yeah.
medicated then. We'll go over Kim's medication someday. She used to be just a bundle of nerves, and everything just worked
And
her up into a tizzy.
Prudishness.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah. Prudishness, I guess
Prudish.
it should be.
I make up words a lot.
It's okay. We
It's fine.
normally figure out what you meant.
Yeah.
Um,
Corn snake.
So me and Randy did a couple of moonshine tastings at different places, you know, and of course I came home with moonshine because delicious.
They had a lot of flavors too. Like I never expected them to have that many flavors.
Yeah.
But I feel like I remember he actually liked maybe like a cookies and cream
Yes.
flavored one.
And he was like,
and
"There's
an orange
milk in
cream,
that?"
maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah, something like that. So we did that, but most of the things that we did was for the kids. I don't know if there's anything they haven't really done.
yeah. Of course, we went back to Goats on a Roof, and they absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and they have a thing at Goats on a Roof. I don't know if they still do it, but if you ride once, they'll like tear your ticket so you can ride again at a discounted price. We would let the kids.
I
do
can't
it
tell
a
you how
couple
many
of
times. Listen, I'm a freaking adult, and I love the freaking mountain coaster.
Yeah,
I'll come off of there like with such a high. I'll be like, "Can we go again? Can we go again?"
she is like a little kid. It's okay.
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
But on our last day, Bryson wanted pancakes.
Oh, yes.
And it was a weekend, so anybody knows Gatlinburg during a weekend, like just
It's crazy. It really doesn't matter what time of year.
and
Really.
there are times that it's a little better. February, me and Jeremy found was like a pretty like decent time to go because people apparently don't like it. I suggest Christmas over Christmas. We went there on Christmas Day before with my mom and dad, and it was the Christmas right after my mama had died, and I actually ziplined. And for anybody who knows my fear of heights,
It's only because you couldn't let your sister show you up.
and my dad only went because his girls were going.
I would actually really like
But
to
you
do
had
that,
to
I think.
four-wheel in the back of a pickup truck to get up there. And we had talked about doing it with the kids.
That'll
but-
have to be a parent trip.
Yeah,
if we
but
do
Kim
that.
was just like, no, I don't really want to do that. You know, I don't want to let Bryson do that. And I was like, okay, I mean, I'll let Brandon do it.
I also have a fear of heights.
Yeah, mine is irrational. Like, I couldn't stand up on this couch just to like, I can't, can't do it. So we didn't do that. But we did a couple pony rides because they
Mhm.
liked them. Of course, had to find some go-karts because Rannon loves
gosh,
anything with
yeah.
a motor, wheels, and tires. Just
even back then.
yeah. So we did that, but we really just did like fun things. But our last day,
Was my favorite.
so
last day was
how
my
this
favorite.
started was we went to breakfast everywhere was slammed. And Bryson wanted pancakes.
Yep.
So I said, I think we can fool him with hoe cakes at Paula Deen's because the island was pretty new. There wasn't like a whole, I mean, there was stuff, but it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
And Kim's like, I don't know. He might know the difference. And I said, we slam some syrup on it, call it a pancake.
I mean,
don't call it anything else but a pancake.
But I
He's
was
good.
legitimately worried because
Yes.
this kid, let me tell you, like he even had pancakes as his chosen food for a birthday party.
Yes.
This kid was a pancake hoe.
Yeah.
But it's all right. We tricked him with hoe cakes.
Yes. And there is, we'll have to find, I know I have the video, and he is literally dancing with it on a fork, and it's the cutest thing ever. But as we were leaving, I was like, let's just do the cheesy, like, old-time pictures. And I hopped on Groupon. I like Groupon. And they had this, like, special. It was
Like stupid cheap.
couple shots. It was like $20-$30. And I was like, whatever, we'll go in, we'll get one of those stupid cheesy pictures and call it good. Well, me being me, because I'm me, and if I'm going to dress in a costume, it's okay to be a little hoish. Even if your kids are there, I don't care. Give me the old-time Western kind of thing. I'm good with it.
We look like we came from
A brothel.
A brothel.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was fun. Cute pictures.
Yeah.
Still my favorite pictures.
Oh my gosh. And they
got a kick out of us. The
Yes,
workers did.
They did. And the lady, she said, so she's married to your husband. And I said, my ex-husband. And she said, okay, can we do a picture of him in the middle and then both of you on each side?
We will
guns.
insert that picture
With
because
guns.
it's good. It's good.
And she's like, I don't know if you all would be open to that. And we were like,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you literally just helped me get my boobs right in
Yeah,
the
she
dressing room.
She didn't know. She didn't know the trick of bending over.
I didn't know I had to,
Bend over
shake
and
them out.
shimmy.
And
She didn't know. She knows now. It's okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's also the time that I feel like you had to help me with the corset
Yeah.
or the.
Yeah, she had never worn a
I don't
corset
know.
or anything
Listen.
like that. So, like, I helped her.
Listen, there was a whole lot of skin showing in that changing room,
and she was very uncomfortable with that much skin showing. Now she's a little better.
remember I used to be a prude.
Yeah. So we done all of that, and she was just taking some extra photos.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's their job. Their job is to take this like $15, $20 that you've spent and for you to like make some money. And I was like, they are taking these pictures. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, that's
listen.
nice. And we were like, okay, we're done. And she's like, oh, just a couple more.
Well, listen, we had no intention of actually like buying anything except for the one family picture that we really liked.
We were just going to do the one.
But she had got some, oh my God, she got some good ones of the kids.
And we never had family pictures. And I hadn't done them with just the kids. We later on did do a non-costumey one, and we will
Covered bridge.
we'll make sure that it is okay with the photographer that did that. And then we will just make sure we have the copyright, but I'd love to use her name because she was great. The pictures are good.
Yeah,
But
that was also a fun experience.
Yes, that was.
Trying to see her figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyways, this guy, or this
girl
she
sits us down.
is it Wild Gals? Is that what
Yes.
the place is called?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Oh my gosh. She did so good. She took some of the best pictures I've ever seen of our kids. Oh,
we
my
have one
gosh.
actually hanging up in our office.
Mhm.
We had custom cups made.
Oh, yeah. Everything with these. Oh my gosh.
She showed us the pictures, and there is one of Bryson, and there is one of Kaylin, and there is one of my son Rhiannon.
We
Is
still
that-
love.
And I said, I can't leave without these. And
It was
she was
like, one of those moments where we're like,
and Randy like looked at me, and he was like, I can't like do that. And I was like, I can. And I'm in the position that I can do it. And I didn't want to leave without them.
Yeah.
I
They
just
were
couldn't.
so good.
I
They were so good.
couldn't. So he was like, okay, so we'll just get like this one and this one printed. And I was like, no, I want them all. And I was like, how much is the CD with all of them? And like the look on his face, I was like, no, seriously, I got it.
I really don't even remember how much it was.
It really wasn't that bad. I want to
wasn't.
say it was like probably like $150.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, but Randy's just not good at that.
They were so good. So good.
And photos should be expensive. Like they just should be.
That is definitely something that you pay for what you get.
Yeah.
With photos. I mean.
But we were just going in for a cheesy picture. That's all we wanted was a cheesy picture to remember the moment of we did this successfully.
Mm-hmm.
And like no one died.
We have pictures to prove it.
Yeah. So again, no one died, and we didn't die for our children that day. We just got along.
We got along for them.
So,
oh my gosh! And then you had bought everybody aviators before we went because you wanted to get a picture, a group picture. And then we didn't remember to actually take the picture until we were back home, and it was dark outside. But you better bet that we still put those aviators on and took a group
Brandon
photo.
was obsessed with aviators back then. So, like, I just bought everybody their own set of aviators, and we just rocked them. But yeah, I mean,
and that really kickstarted. Like that opened us up to a whole new world of living.
Yeah, it was like we could get along.
Yeah. Samson is telling us that it is time to get over this podcast because he would like to spend time with his mother.
Oh, it's feeding time. And
oh, it's feeding time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about our first trip, and a little bit about some of our other trips. Yeah. But but thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Come back next week and hang out with the moms
on another episode of
Blended